What if the next billion-dollar company is built by a single founder, with no investors, no hype, and just a few lines of code? In this episode, we're breaking down the wild new era of solo success stories, industry shakeups, and self-learning machines. So buckle up, because the future of tech is rewriting itself in real time. Imagine building something so powerful, so irreplaceable, that tech giants are scrambling to buy it out before their rivals even get a whiff. Now, picture doing it almost entirely alone. No flashy investors, no deep pockets, just a tiny team, a game-changing idea, and raw execution. That's exactly what happened when Israeli developer Maor Shlomo launched Base 44, a vibe coding platform designed to let anyone build real software with nothing but natural language. No code, no learning curve. In just 3 weeks, Base 44 hit 10,000 users, all through word of mouth. By month 6, it had exploded to 250,000 users and was raking in nearly $190,000 in monthly profit. Shlomo, bootstrapped and still the only shareholder, didn't just make headlines, he rewrote the entire playbook. But the real jaw-dropper? Wix, a company known for making website creation a breeze for millions, came knocking with an $80 million cash offer. That's not just a big payday for a solo founder, it's proof that the age of the lean, AI-powered solo startup has officially arrived. Shlomo's 8 employees walked away with $25 million in bonuses, a reward for betting on the future when everyone else was playing it safe. Big names like eToro and SimilarWeb were already using the platform before the sale, giving even more weight to its meteoric rise. What makes this story even more wild is the context. We're living in an era where tech icons like Sam Altman and Dario Amodei are predicting a world of solo unicorns, lone founders using AI to build billion-dollar businesses from their kitchen tables. Base 44 is now Exhibit A. And with Wix planning to plug this tech straight into its global user base, the ripple effects could reshape how the world builds software. But just as one trailblazing founder cashes out, another underdog is stepping up to fill a brand new gap in the AI world. Let's dive into the data labeling shakeup and meet the stealth startup that's suddenly taking center stage. While the world was still buzzing over Base 44's solo success, a far bigger storm was brewing in the shadows, one that's shaking up the very foundation of the AI industry. It all started with a headline that sent shockwaves through Silicon Valley. Meta had just snapped up a staggering 49% stake in Scale AI, one of the world's most valuable AI data labeling companies. The price tag? Somewhere north of $14 billion. For Scale AI's founders, it was a moment of validation. But for their biggest customers, think Google, OpenAI, Microsoft, it was a massive red flag. The logic was simple. Would you trust your secret AI recipes to a company now half owned by a potential competitor? Within days, industry giants started pulling the plug. Contracts were canceled. Projects paused. For Scale AI, the aftershocks were immediate and brutal. Suddenly, some of the richest companies on Earth needed a new, trusted partner to handle the most valuable part of their AI pipelines, labeled data. Enter Surge AI. Practically invisible until now, Surge wasn't some hotshot unicorn with $1 billion in venture funding. It was a fully bootstrapped, 110-person team that had quietly built a $1 billion a year powerhouse, profitable from day one, with 0 outside investors and no board to answer to. For years, they had been perfecting the craft of labeling high-quality data for the world's most advanced AI models, flying under the radar while their competitors grabbed headlines. But the moment the Scale AI Meta deal hit the wires, Surge found itself in the spotlight. Clients desperate for independence and neutrality started flooding in. In just weeks, Surge and a handful of other upstart firms saw tens of millions in new deals. The industry, once dominated by a single name, was suddenly wide open. In a world obsessed with unicorn valuations and venture hype, Surge is proving that bootstrapped, profitable, and laser-focused can still win the race, and sometimes quietly crush the competition. But as this behind-the-scenes revolution unfolds, a new breakthrough at MIT could change the rules of the game entirely by giving AI models the power to keep learning, just like us. Let's pull back the curtain on the next frontier: self-adapting language models. What if the smartest machines on Earth could actually teach themselves, learning and evolving just like a human, without ever needing an engineer to step in and retrain them? That question isn't just the stuff of science fiction anymore. It's the reality MIT researchers are forging with their breakthrough technique called self-adapting language models, or SEAL. While today's AI models are already impressive, they still suffer from a major limitation. Once trained, their knowledge is basically frozen in time. Every new update requires days or weeks of human-led fine-tuning, and if you want your AI to get smarter, you've got to start all over again. SEAL changes the game. Instead of waiting for instructions, these models are empowered to actively edit and enhance their own parameters as they learn, generating synthetic training examples, critiquing their own output, and making tiny but continuous upgrades. In real-world testing, Seal supercharged performance for Meta's Llama and Alibaba's Qwen, boosting accuracy and unlocking new reasoning skills that weren't possible before. Imagine an AI that not only answers your questions today, but gets sharper, more nuanced, and more reliable every single week, simply by using itself as both student and teacher. Of course, even this revolutionary approach comes with a catch. Push the learning too far, and these models can start to forget things they once knew. A digital version of memory loss. But the implications are seismic. We're staring down the birth of truly lifelong learning in AI, a system that grows with you, adapts to you, and never stops improving. The line between machine and mind is blurring fast, and Seal might be the closest we've come yet to creating AI that actually learns like we do. So, with solo founders cashing out, underdog startups seizing their moment, and now AI models beginning to teach themselves, the pace of change in the tech world has never been more electrifying. But before we wrap, let's take a step back and ask, what does this mean for all of us, right now and for the future? The lines between solo genius, stealth startup, and self-evolving AI are vanishing fast. We're witnessing an era where a single developer can change an industry, a tiny team can outmaneuver giants, and machines can learn, adapt, and rewrite the rules in real time. What happens next? It's anyone's guess. But one thing is certain, the future of AI isn't coming, it's already here. Stick with us to stay ahead of the curve, and see you in the future.